Here we go again. What's up? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Anime Station, your most decision for anything in the ancient, including SpongeBob and the Pineapple Under the Sea, as well as TVs and movies as well. I am your host, Jackson Small. Welcome back to SpongeBob Monster Chapter 5. Yeah, I know, it's been a day. I'm sorry, yesterday ended up being a day where I wanted to catch up on movies. Movies that you're going to be seeing reviews of, by the way. 2 of them are already up, If and Furiosa. And later today, I'm also going to put up a review for Jim Henson Idea Man and the incredible, wacky, independent movie that you need to be watching right now called Hundreds of Beavers. So, those are both coming up later today, but as of right now, you are also getting 2 SpongeBob reviews, starting with this one and the one that's actually scheduled for today. So, for this particular review, we have Boat Smarts and good old Whatshisname. One of them's a Season 5 short, and the other one, both of them are Season 5 shorts, actually. And, neither of them are really good, per se, but only one of them is bad. So, I can let you guess which one. But, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a quicker review than usual, because there's not really a whole lot to say. Again, they're Season 5 shorts, so this is not going to take very long, so let's not waste any more time and dive straight into Boat Smarts. I mean, we all know that this is just a blatant rip-off of Krusty Krab training video, right? Same format, same idea, just changing it to boating school rather than, well, the Krusty Krab and cooking. So how did it become far worse? Well, because this episode's also a Squidward torture porn. And no, I'm not saying that to be graphic. I'm saying it because that is how it's told in the SpongeBob fanbase with the episodes that Squidward gets tortured for no reason. And yeah, this is the definition of a Squidward torture porn, because it's supposed to be telling us the difference between a driver with boat smarts and a driver without boat smarts. The driver with boat smarts is the one that gets maimed and brutally just beaten throughout the entire episode, while the driver without boat smarts does all this horrible, stupid crap, and yet gets away scot-free. If it's supposed to be a parody, it's not working. It doesn't work. And that ending line from SpongeBob, "Looks like you guys forgot your boat smarts." When I heard him say that line after he's the one that caused the accident at the very end of the episode, I wanted to crawl through that TV and smack him across the head, because that is infuriating. Absolutely just infuriating. Now, I do think that using Squidward as the example of a good driver does make sense. I don't think that the episode was dead alone on concept, because concept-wise, it doesn't sound that bad. But when you watch it, yeah, it's bad. It is a blatant knockoff of a way better episode, and it is inferior in every single way. It is unfunny, it drags like a rock, and the ending is infuriating. So does it have anything good in it? Yeah, I will give it this. I do like the scene with the crash dummy. That part was pretty funny. It was brutal, but it was pretty funny. Because it was like a weird visual gag, because it was like a live-action crash dummy going into a wall, but they photoshopped Squidward's head on top of the dummy. Like, I'll give it that. That's the one part of this episode that I laughed at, and why I'm not being more harsh. Still gonna be harsh, though, because the episode's trash. So, because of that, final verdict for this episode is a 2 out of 10. Trash. Garbage, trash, it's trash. We all know it's trash. It's nothing more than a blatant knockoff of a much better episode to disguise what it ultimately is. A boring, tedious, monotonous, pandering Squidward torture porn. That's all it is. Alright, let's move on to good old Whatshisname. Okay, this episode's better, but it's still not good. Yet again, it's another Season 5 short, and it's one that actually has a pretty interesting concept. Let me give you the gist. So, Mr. Krabs is holding a competition in the Krusty Krab between his 2 employees to win what seems to be a tropical vacation, but they have to name every single person in the Krusty Krab. And naturally, of course, Squidward's uninterested until he hears about the vacation, then he becomes dead set on winning this no matter what it takes. And then it turns out Krabs wasn't keeping score, which, okay, I'll give you that. That is funny. And in character from Mr. Krabs. So he says that the tiebreaker is the random purple fish that just walked in. And Squidward keeps trying to get this guy's name. And the guy keeps responding with, "What's it to ya?" And obviously it just seems like he's just going to be a jerk for most of the episode. But then Squidward crosses the line. He gets so desperate to try and win this vacation that he steals the man's wallet, gets chased by the police, and when he finally does see the guy's name, it's exactly what he said it was. And then Squidward goes to jail, and we get the ending of the episode where it turns out that the prize wasn't a vacation, it was a brochure of the vacation. Yes, that is in character for Mr. Krabs, but that is so anticlimactic. So Squidward's now just in jail. Oh, and he's stuck with Patrick. Yeah. For 10 years. Yikes. Now, this episode overall is okay. Like I said, I think the concept sounds pretty cool, and since it is a Season 5 short, it does have quicker pacing than usual episodes. But Squidward just goes way too far. Like, I know the last episode we were just talking about how Squidward gets way too much torture for just trying to, adhere to public safety precautions, but in this episode, I don't sympathize with him because he just becomes so desperate to win this vacation that he's willing to commit crimes to do it. Oh, and the Bikini Bottom police are stupid because at first they chased after him for running a red light, despite the fact that he's not driving a car. Whatever. There are some good parts in the episode. I do like SpongeBob's part, and I do like how SpongeBob is able to memorize the names of everybody because he has this giant book where he puts all their names in it. That's just perfectly SpongeBob. It makes sense. It's funny. And the highlight of the episode is that his name, the name of the mystery customer, actually is What's it to ya? I'm not gonna lie, that got a good laugh out of me. So, because of that, this episode's okay. It's a short, it is not very long, and I do think Squidward goes way too far. But, the SpongeBob parts are entertaining, and I do think that the big twist of his name actually being What's it to ya is pretty funny. So, because of that, it's not a garbage episode, it's not a bad episode, but it's not really a good episode either. So, because of that, I think it deserves a final verdict of a solid 5 out of 10. It is as average of an episode as you can think that it is. And it's a shame because the concept does promise a lot more. Well, that's it. Time for final thoughts and ranking. Well, that was a rough one. Because neither of these episodes are good. And one of them is outright bad. Like, really, really bad. Terrible, even. So, I can't really rank them per se, because neither of them are good, really, but last place goes to Boat Smarts. It's just a Squidward torture porn under the guise of being a Krusty Krab training video ripoff. And a bad one at that. If it weren't for the crash dummy scene, it'd probably be a 1 out of 10. No joke. It really is that bad. And again, that ending line, infuriating, and I wanted to smack SpongeBob across the head for it. So, yep, easy winner this week for good old Whatshisname, but I'm not putting it at number 1. I'm just gonna say it wins. I'm not putting up any graphics or nothing because, neither of these episodes are good. Neither of them deserve second or first place. They both technically suck. Yes, good old Whatshisname's actually okay, but that's the problem. It's just okay when it should be better. So, yep, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time for a much, much better double feature, because next up we have the really good New Digs and the classic, awesome, phenomenal episode that is Krabs a la mode. Super excited to talk about that one, so I will see you in the next review. We cannot take it anymore. The time has come to go. So prepare to fight. We're ready for